What is up to all my fellow horror movie fans? Today, we're going to be talking about the movie Elevator Game, which came out in 2023 semi-recently. I watched the trailer on stream and it seemed like a really promising movie. And I watched it probably about an hour ago, and I've already forgotten the movie, if that says anything. The trailer got me so hyped, and the actual movie itself was such a snooze fest. This movie does not have a lot of things going for it. Let me tell you right now, this is a fucking shitter. And it's almost not even an enjoyable shitter, you know? There's movies out there that are stupidly bad, but they're still enjoyable. There's not a lot of things enjoyable about this movie, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try to go through a spoiler-free review and just kind of yap on and just kind of spit some thoughts at you guys and what I think about the movie. So if I do say any spoilers, I will give a fair little warning, but let's yap on, shall we? Let's get to yapping. This movie is basically about kind of like a folklore, folktale, whatever you want to call it, you know, kind of like the whole Bloody Mary type of shit, where you're supposed to go into an elevator and you gotta go in order from certain floors. So you got to go to like the second floor to like the fifth floor to like the 10th floor and like follow this rule set. And then on the fifth floor, you're not supposed to like look or speak or anything like that, and like the ghost lady will step into the elevator with you, and after that it'll like shoot you up her own little, you know, shadow realm, and then you go back. One thing I would say, this game would be fucking hard to play. You have to play in a building that has at least 10 floors, and a building with 10 floors, I feel like that elevator would be used up, like, you know, you'd be getting interrupted, because you can't be interrupted. Like, you have to go through all of this uninterrupted, and I feel like that'd be super fucking hard nowadays, you know? I mean, I'm just a big brain. I would never even try something like this. I'm a big old fucking bitch. I'm a big old baby, you know? I'm a fucking, I go to Weenie Hut Juniors on the fucking weekends, you know? And get the Weenie Hut Junior special. I don't work at the Salty Splatoon, all right? Like all you cool kids. I don't fuck around with this type of shit, even if it is fake, which it is. But I'm not the type of guy to fuck around and find out, okay? But I feel like this movie had potential not to be a great movie, but it could have been a pretty cool movie, unlike the stinker that was produced here. Let's start off with the one singular cool thing that happens in this movie. Or maybe two cool things, I guess you could say. And one of them is going to have a little bit of a spoiler, but basically there's one part in the movie where like there's two people in an elevator after like failing the elevator game because they just don't give a fuck, and they kind of break the rules because you're not supposed to look, and you're supposed to like close your eyes, and they're like, ah, fuck it, we got our big boy pants on, we're gonna fucking look, and the elevator lady fucking comes and bursts her hand through the fucking dude's throat, and it was actually incredibly goddamn cool. I won't lie, that was probably the only good thing about this movie. And I guess the second thing you could say about the movie is the character, the like ghost, the elevator lady is kind of cool, because there's a bunch of parts where she's like doing all these things where she's like walking backwards and she's got all her bones creaking and shit. I guess it's kind of cool, but there's this one part where she like was in the middle of the street and she kind of like was standing there ominously, and then she just like cracks backwards and just starts running at a guy, and I couldn't help but kind of fucking laugh because it was kind of hilarious looking. But there's some parts where she is kind of creepy, I suppose. So I guess I'll give the movie that, but really a lot of it is pretty lame, to be honest with you. I'm just going to start spitballing a lot of things I didn't like about this movie. A big one was the fact that I think the acting was pretty fucking bad at 95% of this movie. At least that's what I think. The movie was pretty stinky with acting. Another big thing is the people who do die in this movie, like the kills, I guess you could say, are really stinky. I know I said this was going to be a spoiler-free review, but I gotta spoil another thing. Or, sorry, I guess two things. Oh, man, I'm really bad at this spoiler-free stuff. I love yapping about movies and stuff like that, so I can't help but bring these up. The kills in these, other than the one I said earlier, absolutely suck. All right. There's one scene where a dude dies, and I kid you not, it is like a blatant ripoff of, from Stranger Things when Vecna kills somebody, where like they lift up in the air and they start fucking, doing that shit. And then like legitimately everything, like the bone breaking and everything like that, it's exactly like how Vecna kills somebody. And then the CGI for it is just fucking abominable, and I sat there and I was just fucking like, I was dumbfounded of what I just saw. It was just so laughably awful. And then there's like this other scene that just grinded my gears, just really ruffled my jimmies, really got my socks all fucking staticky. There was this one scene where they basically thought that salt would for some reason block off this ghost, and they made a salt circle. They called in the old fucking Dean and Sam Winchester. They thought they were on some supernatural type of fucking shit. They called in the Winchesters, and they threw their salt circle fucking down. And I don't know why, but one guy, the ghost, there was a moment where the ghost lady kind of like walks up to the circle, and she's like kind of looking at it, right? And they're like, oh my God, it's gonna work. And the one dude is so close, so utterly close to the edge of the circle. And I was just sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, please just get away from the circle. He was just so close to her, and it doesn't end up working well for him, I'll say that, which kind of ties in. I just hate how fucking stupid some of these characters are in this goddamn movie. For a lot of the portion of the movie, I don't know if this is really a spoiler or not, but for a lot of the movie, they are like, a few characters are like running away from the like demon lady, and it proves to be pretty effective, like them just running away until they like kind of like confine themselves in a area where she can like get them. So I don't understand why they didn't try to just run away instead of just trying this circle shit when they didn't know for 100% fact it worked. Because as they were doing it, they were like, oh, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? He's like, I don't know, it should. It's like, why not just like run away? Like, running is pretty effective against her. Like, the people who are running really didn't like die or anything like that. So like, why not run? Run away. This movie has some pretty big stinkers for jump scares, stuff like that. Doesn't really build tension the best, in my opinion. There are a few moments where it built some tension, and then they kind of put like a jump scare in like sort of like the wrong spot, I guess you could say, and it just kind of went to waste. At least that's what I thought for a few scenes. Like this one scene where a guy's in like a bus terminal. I don't know. I feel like there's a few wasted potential scenes in this movie for like building something up, and it's like, just kind of turns out to be a little bit of a stinker, kind of like building up on a roller coaster to the tippity top, and like you just kind of get edged, and then it like starts to malfunction, and then just pause, and then you like slowly go backwards or something. Or you have the nice juiciest burger of your life, you're about to bite into this bad boy, and the burger like slips out of the bun, sort of thing. Did I mention that I fucking hate the characters? I think there's one character that I actually like in this movie. Goddamn one of them. I don't know. There's something about all the characters in this movie that I just don't fucking like in the slightest bit. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. I guess I like the main dude the most. But there's one character in this movie that just really, really fucking grinds my gears. God damn, I fucking hate him. I really do dislike all the characters in this movie. Other than one, which I guess you could say is the main dude. But another thing is like the ending. I respect horror movies. This may get into spoiler territory again. I'm just gonna say it now. This is a spoiler review because I'm terrible at keeping spoilers out of things, because again, I am the yap king. I love yapping about movies. I like horror movies that are willing to kind of like not do the stereotypical shit where it's like a good ending sort of thing. And this is kind of what this movie ending was like. It wasn't a good ending, where, you know, everybody makes it out alive and stuff like that. It's the bad ending, but it was such a unsatisfying ending, like such an unsatisfying ending. I saw the ending and I just kind of had to hit a little one of these, you know. Look at me in my little ginger man blanket. I'm all cozied up, you know, giving you guys this movie review. One thing that I will say, well, that I really think about this movie, I think it is a interesting plot and a concept, but it just wasn't delivered the best and, you know, correctly. This movie shit, like straight up fucking shit. And if you told me that this movie was a 10 out of 10, I'd fucking pick you up and slap you silly and bully you for your fucking lunch money, you know? Like, I'd call you a fucking liar. To Davy Jones' locker you fucking go, because that's where this movie belongs. Have I also want to say that, you know, slow burn movies they can be very good. You know, a slow burn horror movie can be really good. For an example, Hell House, LLC, you know, that's a slow burner movie that is pretty fucking good. This movie is a slow burner movie that fucking nothing happens for like 40 to 50 minutes into the goddamn fucking movie. It is insanity. I'm the Yap King. These people are the fucking Yap Kings in this movie. God damn, this shit is fucking boring at times. Another thing I can say, I guess the visual, like the makeup for the like ghost lady, they're pretty solid. I actually really feel bad. This is one of those movies where I feel really bad once they start diving into the backstory of the ghost lady. I feel fucking bad for her, if I'm going to be honest. Fuck all these assholes who do the elevator game. They deserve this shit. I feel bad for her. I don't think I would give this movie any more than a 20%. I'd say in the realm of a 20 to a 30%, and that is it. I at least enjoyed the movie a little bit because I could make fun of it during the way, all throughout the movie, because there were so many silly scenes, and for an hour and like 30, I think the time run was, there's like one cool scene. I was just go into this movie expecting fucking nothing. That's all I'm gonna say. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys seen this movie, if you plan on watching it, what you thought of it. Let me know if I'm a big old idiot and I'm just wrong about this movie. But I was so excited. The trailer seemed so good when I first watched it, and I was so hyped, all for a big old letdown. This movie edged me in the most terrible goddamn way possible. God fucking damn it. I will see you guys in the next movie review, even though I don't usually do these too often, but I want to get back into the swing of doing movie reviews because I think they're pretty fun, and I watch a lot of horror movies and movies in general. Get out there, go watch some good horror movies, or some shit ones if you want to. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.